Interior Secretary Doug Burgum. Mr. Secretary, will the shutdown affect gas prices? And if so, how?
Well, Stuart, this is a blow to our economy. President Trump oversees this week incredible miracle peace deal releasing hostages. The Democrats, the Senate Democrats, are keeping the American economy hostage because, of course, it's not all cost when you run government. It's also revenue. Department of Interior, we've got revenue that would be coming in from permitting, grazing, timber, oil and gas, onshore, offshore. We're doing everything we can to try to keep the revenue flowing in, trying to keep our permitting going. But of course, we're not allowed to use, there's no appropriated dollars to use. And we're doing everything we can, but the Democrats are literally stopping. The business of America is business, and part of our job is to keep business flowing, and the Democrats are stopping that. This is a giant gift to China in terms of what the Democrats are doing right now to America.
Next one, Mr. Secretary, you halted the review of a huge solar project in Nevada. It's called Esmeralda 7. I think it's the largest solar project in the country, or certainly close to it. Do you want to cancel it?
Well, we're taking a look. There's been no cancellation of Esmeralda yet. What the process that's going through is, it was proposed as, it's a series of projects that were all proposed as one. Working with the developer, they're going to be submitting permits for each of those individually. To take a look at it. Of course, one of the things we're looking at all solar is to make sure we've got secure supply chains. Most of the solar panels coming into the U.S. were coming in from China. You know that we're in a steep battle right now with China around critical minerals, including those that are used to build solar panels. So it's still under review, still moving ahead, but being broken into smaller individual projects in coordination with the developer.
It seems like you're trying to get rid of wind and solar power everywhere, just reducing support for it and cancelling projects. Is that your intention? Get rid of wind and solar completely?
Well, it's not about ideology. It's not about wind and solar. It's about making sure that we've got a secure grid. And the prior administration so tipped the scales in favor of these intermittent, unreliable, and expensive sources and highly subsidized sources, particularly wind and solar, particularly offshore wind. Those subsidies now have stopped with the One Big Beautiful Bill. Many of these projects have just been canceled by the developer because people realize they don't work if you don't have tax subsidies to make work. But what we do need to power the AI competition with China is we need baseload. We need more baseload. When the Trump administration took over, 95% of the FERC queue for new power sources in this country were wind, solar, or batteries. I mean, we had abandoned the idea that somehow we needed baseload in this country. And if you don't have baseload to counteract those moments in time when the wind is not blowing and the sun is not shining, which turns out to be often, sometimes every night, if you don't have baseload, you can't run the grid. The grid is a giant machine. It doesn't work. And so trying to get back to a balance there, we've come dangerously close this summer during some peak hot days in having grid failures in the U.S. like Spain did earlier this spring. And part of that was because of just way too much over-reliance on these intermittent, highly subsidized, unreliable sources. So trying to get some common sense and some physics and some economics back into our electric production.
Are you moving forward aggressively with nuclear power?
Absolutely. President Trump and the Department of Energy, our great Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright, we put together through the National Energy Dominance Council 4 executive orders of President Trump last spring. There's been more venture capital flowing into nuclear energy in the last 4 months under President Trump than in any time in the last several decades. Nuclear energy is back. It's being supported by the big tech providers that need power, baseload power for AI. It's being supported by those that care about clean energy. And it's now being embraced again. The new technology around small modular nuclears is really powerful. And lots of exciting things happening on that front.
Last one, Mr. Secretary. There have been reports of squatters at Yosemite. This is in part because of a lack of park rangers because of the shutdown. Would you like to address those claims?
Well, absolutely. There's many false claims that are going on by folks that are, trying to often raise money. I'll call them grifters, raise money, be afraid, send us a check, we're going to help the parks. But Yosemite is staffed, it's open. Of course, all of our many sites, we have over 450 historical sites, 63 flagship national parks. All of these would be better operated and better staffed if the Senates would just get us back into government. I mean, we're not even allowed to have volunteer groups come onto the parks right now and help out if they have to access buildings that are federally funded. And so there's the waste of time around a government shutdown is absolutely unbelievable. When you're trying to manage 20% of the land in America, let me tell you, the Democrats have no idea what they're doing, the damage they're doing to entrance communities. People stop coming to the parks because they hear rumors they're closed. But even if they're open, we're hurting those communities. So not good for the economy, great for China. Way to go, Senate Democrats.
Any moment now, we're going to hear from Treasury Secretary Besson and Trade Rep Greer. They're holding a news conference. Any idea what they're going to say? Can you give us an advance look?
Well, I think you're going to. I'll save the lead for those two guys, but I've got a lot of confidence that we've got a lot of cards to play in this negotiation with China. What they announced last week wasn't export controls. It was the largest intelligence gathering proposal from the free world ever envisioned. I mean, it was like, hey, we'll just fill out this form and then we'll send you your rare earth minerals. But by the way, tell us if it's for defense or commercial. Send us photographs of your production line. Tell us exactly what specifications you have. This is all intelligence gathering by the Chinese, and their economy's in trouble. They've got a real estate overhang. They have a huge demographic problem. They've got a deficit spending problem. This, to me, seems like them trying to flex ahead of the meeting. But President Trump, we've got the greatest negotiator in the world on our team.
Secretary Burgum, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for being with us today. We appreciate it.